Okay, we've just got another 10-15 minutes or so. So you're gonna prop yourself up on your elbows and forearms, again, feet in a place where they can eventually slide. And then from there, knees bent, sit bone distance apart, drop into your shoulders, and lift up and out of them, just like that side plank. One more time, you drop into them, and you lift out of them. Now the goal is to stay lifted out of them. Notice I said you lift out of them, you don't have to prop them back. That can actually create more tension than you'd think. Let them relax forward a little, just think of keeping them down. Keeping the shoulders down, tilt that pelvis back and find an imprint. You might need to scoot your pelvis a little forward to feel that scoop. Once you do, shoulders down, abs scooped, can you walk your elbows forward an inch? Inch and a half if you're feeling strong and saucy. The further forward they go, the more challenging it is. From there, keep pushing down into those elbows for the chest to be open and the abs to be scooped, and then you're gonna float the hands up. Exhale, push them right back down. Just a couple more here. You float them up. You scoop in the abs as you lower down. One more time, and the elbows go up, they're gonna stay up. Now imagine you were doing pull-ups. Hands grab onto an imaginary pull-up bar. You pull up, but you scoop in the abs. And now maintaining that right leg is gonna slide forward. Can you open, release that quad and hip? And now without shrinking the shoulders, abs scoop to pull that knee and foot back in. You go to the left, sliding it forward. Loose through the neck and the shoulders, lifted through the middle back, scooped in the abs, and then those abs scoop so much that knee bends back in. One more time, you slide like this. You slide the leg away, hip, let it release. And now breath, abs, core. Breath, abs, and then the core pulls that leg back in. One more time, left leg, you slide it away to let that quad, to let that hip go. And then your abs scoop to bring that knee back in. You keep your abs holding your legs. You keep your middle back holding your chest. And now your rib cage wrinkles pulse you forward for 8, 7, navel pulling to the spine for 4, 3, 2, last one, pause. You're gonna lower your hands, letting your elbows creep back an inch, drop into your shoulders, lift up and out of them. We've got one more set. Again, you drop in and you lift out. Staying lifted out of the shoulders, you reset that imprint, scooping it out a little more. Now you know what's coming, walking the elbows forward. Again, all you need is half an inch. Go where you can maintain that stability. And then hands are gonna come up, grab onto that imaginary pull-up bar, pulling a little taller, scooping a little bit more. Right leg's gonna slide straight, feeling that hip release. This time we're gonna try and switch. So as your abs scoop the right in, the left leg reaches away. As your abs scoop the left leg in, your right leg releases and reaches away. Exhale to switch. 4 more, scooping as you switch those legs for 4. Easy through the hips and knees, 3. Deep through the abdominals, 2. Keep pulling on that pull-up bar. On 1, you pause. Left leg comes in to meet the right. From your rib cage, again, you pulse it forward to finish for 8, 7, navel pulling to the spine for 4. Scoop it out, 3, 2, last one, pause. Hands lower as those elbows walk back a bit. One leg and the other, sliding out to straight. This is just for fun. If the transition works, great. If it doesn't, no big deal. Can you push up and round over your legs? If the hamstring stretch feels good, round forward with long legs. If your hips need it, you can go feet together, knees apart, taking a butterfly stretch, but just hanging head, neck, and shoulders heavy wherever you feel a release for 3, 2, on 1, roll it up, whether you're in a butterfly or straight legs, leave them. Arms coming up, chest tight, you take an inhale. Again, your legs stay in that position. As you deepen your abs, rolling into a half roll back or C curve. If your knees are bent in a butterfly, now you pull them up into parallel. If your legs were straight, now your low abs, just like the last exercise, scoop them back in. I don't need perfectly planted feet. If you're in a place where it's just your heels up, down, and toes are lifted, that's fine by me. I'm more worried about that scoop and that C curve. And then from there, you round it forward, head, neck, and shoulders go heavy. One hand underneath each thigh bone for support, and then you pull yourself up to sitting nice and tall. Shoulders drop, chin lifted, chest open, and then we go back to another C curve, deepening those abs. Hands can slide down the back of your thigh bones for a little support. When you find a C curve you like, find a focal point as well. It's so easy to want to look down at what you're doing. Find a focal point across focal point across the room. And then from there, arms float to a hover. Keeping those ears in alignment with shoulders and abs scooped. We go for more leg slides. Your right leg slides forward. Can you let that quad and hip go? And then feel your abdominals scoop to pull that knee back in. You go to the left, sliding the leg away. Quad and hip release. And then again, low abs, scooping to bend the knee. I don't care how much. Don't feel like you have to pull your knees really close to you. You don't. Go where you feel the abdominals support it. One more time each side. Right leg reaches. You let that quad and hip go. And then those low abs scoop to pull that knee in. Last time. Left leg reaches. Are your ears still in alignment with your shoulders? No turtle heads. Low abs are going to scoop to bend that knee in. Either squeezing your legs together or imaginary ball between your glutes and inner thighs. Can you roll it down? Glutes, inner thighs, low abs. Glutes, inner thighs, low abs. Glutes, inner thighs, low abs. Arms are going to reach up and back. One big circle out, around, and down to your mat. And then you adjust so that your knees are bent, flat feet, sit bone distance. We have a little bit more bridge. Take an inhale. Exhale. Pelvis is going to start to tilt. You keep tilting and scooping and tilting and scooping so much so that your hips lift. Finding that crease underneath the bum. Hopefully all those leg slides, you felt your abdominals supporting, but if your hips wanted to do too much, this is an opportunity to squeeze that butt to open up through the front of your hips, and then softening in your chest and sternum, starting to roll it down. Shoulders relaxing, ribs and abdominals connecting as you pull that navel to the spine. Tailbone's gonna drop forward and down into neutral, this time coming up for keeps. Pelvis tilts. Ribs go down. As those hips lift, find a bridge where you feel stable. Think back to the beginning of the hour. You've got thigh crease, ribs and abs, imaginary ball between your inner thighs, keeping those three key pieces. Little pulses up for 8, 7. Ribs sliding down as that thigh squeezes up for 4, 3, 2. Last one, you're a done deal. Both glutes working, but your left glute and inner thigh in particular are your best friend. They're your supporting side because your right foot is again going to slide forward. It doesn't have to go all the way to straight. Toes will lift as you slide on that heel. And now ribs and abdominals are going to try and drag that foot and knee back in. And now you've got your right glute hamstring. Inner thigh working. You slide that left foot away. Again, toes are going to come up as you slide along that heel. Can you keep that left glute squeezing and lifted? And then ribs and abs, help to pull that leg back in. This time, right leg, you're gonna slide it forward. Again, it doesn't have to be perfectly straight, kind of propped up on that heel. You can still squeeze that right glute. I know the left is working harder. Can you pulse both hips up for 4? Squeeze both glutes, 3. Ribs and abs work, 2. Last one, you're gonna stay there. Drag that right leg back in, you're almost there. Right glute and hamstring have you as that left leg reaches away. Toes are up. Heels down, both sides of your thigh, pulse up for 4. Ribs and abs in 3. Exhale, 2. Last one, can your ribs and abs drag that left foot back in? Both feet planted equally, pulse both hips up one last time. 4. Imaginary ball between those inner thighs, ribs connecting. 2. Last one, you're gonna pause again, your hips stay. Arms reach away from your body. T, wide, goalpost, neck, shoulders, jaw, let them release. And now rolling it down, upper back. Head, neck, and shoulders fight to stay heavy as your ribs and abdominals fight to articulate. Mid back, low back, waistband scooping. And then lengthening into neutral. Legs are gonna slide out to straight, give them a little shake. I promise we're gonna stretch your hamstrings, just not yet. Right now you're gonna roll onto your stomach. Elbows bent at your sides in a goalpost. Legs turn out about as wide as your mat. Let your head rest down on one side. Doesn't matter which one. Just think ear heavy, shoulders heavy, hips heavy and loose. And then turn your head the other direction. Maybe it's a little tighter, maybe it feels the same. Again, trying to feel loose and heavy through both shoulders, both hips. You don't want to feel like you're laying on one side of your body more than the other. Breathe. And then the head's going to come center, either nose or forehead. Glutes and inner thighs are going to squeeze that imaginary ball, so your toes stay wide, but it doesn't mean you can't get that squeezing and connection.
baby imprint feeling where the hips are down but the belly button's fighting to lift. Take an inhale, exhale, your shoulders slide back. You're gonna lift your chest and head only to a hover. Hands, elbows, forearms stay down. If you need to adjust, a little bit further back is gonna give you a little more extension. A little wider and further forward is gonna give you a little less if you're feeling tight. Either way, ears in alignment with your shoulders. Your focus might be a little bit out, but it's not up and it's not down. And then controlling the head and shoulders back down. We go again. The shoulders slide back. They start a chain reaction. Shoulders find your armpit muscles. Armpit muscles find your middle back muscles. Middle back muscles lift you into extension. We talked a lot about ribcage wrinkles this hour. Imagine your middle back wrinkles bending you in the other direction. And as those middle back wrinkles are holding your chest up, can your belly button still turn on? And then controlling it. Back down, we come up to stay this time and add on. Your shoulders slide back, find those oranges in your armpits. Squeeze the juice back to your hips, lifting from that middle back wrinkle. From there, you're gonna keep your body exactly where it is. You're gonna keep your elbows down. Can you lift your hands? If you can lift wrist and forearm, that's great, but really I just need hands. Lower the hands back down, keeping your chest lifted. We go again, exhale to lift. It's just gonna force you to rotate open through those shoulders. You still get to push down into your elbows for a little bit of additional support. And then controlling those hands back down 2 more times. Breathing, hands lift, middle back's working. Can you suck that belly button up and in? Is it still working underneath you? And controlling it down. 1 last time, exhale, hands lift. Elbows aren't just down, you get to push them down to help hold that middle back wrinkle up. As you press the hands down, could you lift a little bit higher? If it feels good just once, you could push all the way up towards long arms into swan. If this isn't your jam, you can keep those elbows down and just keep opening up through the collarbones. Either way, you've got an ice cube underneath your belly button trying to lift. And then elbows bend back down, spine lengthens back down, letting your head, neck, and shoulders release. Push back and take a shelf stretch or child's pose. Breathing as your back gets to go the other way. Head, neck, and shoulders, really trying to let them hang heavy. And then coming forward, 4-point kneeling. Hands are underneath shoulders, knees are underneath hips. Collarbones nice and wide. You're gonna slide one leg back to straight, toe tucked. We're gonna go into a little bit of plank. So be in a place now where you feel those feet stable and secure. And then when you're ready, second leg's gonna slide back to meet it. You have a million options here. If you really don't like being on your wrist, please come down to elbows and forearms. If being in a long full plank isn't your jam, you can always be down on your knees. But just think, from pelvis to shoulders in one long line is what I care about. You don't want that break in your hips. Once you have the plank of your choice that you like, if you are in long leg plank, we're gonna add on. Just like so many things today, abs are gonna zip to support. Can you drag that right knee in? Your toe actually gets to stay on the mat as you do, and then you slide it back and tuck it. Go into the left. As your abs suck that left knee into a hover, even though the toe is down, can your right glute squeeze still? And then you slide it back 1 more time each side. Right foot drags in, so you have some support of your foot on the mat, but abs are holding the knee up, left glute squeezing, and you slide it back 1 last time. Abs suck the knee in, chest is open, glutes turned on, slide that toe back, lower to your knees, take a shelf stretch, child's pose. Breathe, let it hang for 4, 3, 2, on 1, you're gonna tuck those toes, push yourself up into 1 last downward dog. Again, soften both knees to stick that butt out, open the chest, finding some length through the spine. And then lowering 1 heel, doesn't matter which one, breathing into the heels of the hands as much as the heel of that foot. And then again, you soften both knees to reset. Could you stick that tailbone out a little bit longer? Could you find a little more length? And then you drop the other heel for 4. Big deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. 3, 2. On 1 this time, you get to lift and switch your heels for 4. Sinking that heel down. 3. Chest is open. 2. Last one, you're gonna lift and lower both heels. And then again, either hands walk back or feet walk forward into a forward fold. Maybe you do a little bit of both. Once you're there, you're gonna take your right hand over towards your left leg. Think below the knee and above the ankle. Right arm is gonna reach up to the ceiling. Bend that opposing knee. So both knees don't have to be perfectly straight. You just wanna bend that knee more than the other one. Opening the chest, sticking that tailbone out to give some length through that hip and IT band. Weights in your big toes, tailbones reaching back for 3, 2. On 1, you're gonna lower it down, head, neck, and shoulders heavy. Left hand goes over to the right leg. Right arm reaches up to the ceiling, bending that left knee. So you're rotating away from the bent knee. Weights in your big toes, sticking that tailbone out as you open up through the chest. Breathing there for 4, 3, 2. On 1, you lower it down, head, neck, and shoulders go heavy. Really releasing that tension. Soften the knees no matter how bendy or stretchy you are. Abdominals start to lift from those thigh bones. Glutes and inner thighs aware as you start to roll it up through the spine. Nice and tall. I hope that worked out. You felt like you got a little bit of stretch and a little bit of work. And hopefully I'll see you guys in the studio soon.